up? How about this? This is new, isn't it? I'm doing a different thing. I've just thought I'd do a different thing. I know I'm in trouble with Vote Saxon 07 because I owe him some stuff. He's chewing me out in the chat. How you doing, everyone? So, firstly, thank you to everybody who gave a bit of money for the bike ride on Sunday. We got up to nearly 800 quid, which is pretty fucking spectacular. I spent Monday in bed, really. I ended up doing 70 miles when the ride really in theory is only 54, and I should have really done about 6 and fucked about. Wow, there was a puncture, well, 3 punctures. It's quite a funny story, but I'll tell you that later. So what I've done, gang, is I've curated a bit of video game music for you all. Because I love video game music in all its forms. Chip tunes mostly, a couple of remixes, a few bits of kind of MIDI and stuff, some synthesized things from the CD era of games, some more modern stuff, but we're sticking very much in the chip tune era. I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm going to keep out till I'm completed my playlist. So this, yes, as DJ points out, we're probably going to get a false content claim. Should be interesting. But it's weird because video games, I think because of Let's Plays, their tracks tend to be all right. I've played a lot of these before. The only time I ever got a fucking copyright claim was when I played an 8-bit version of Thunderstruck, and I got a fucking copyright claim. But anyway, it's mostly original music, but I'm going to kick off with a remix, which is the Protostar remix of Chemical Plant Zone from Sonic 2, and then the actual Metropolis zone from Sonic Hedgehog 2 as well. And I'm going to dick around on MS Paint, so that should be fun. So let's just hang out and let's do some tunes. So here we go, Protostar.
Shudder!
bangers, bangers and mash. I think is that what the kids say? They probably say it's lit, wouldn't they? Would they say it's lit? I think those are lit. So you got Protostar there in the remix. He also did a bootleg of Mystic Cave Zone, which is another like banger, but I didn't want to overdo it with the remixes. The original Sonic 1 and 2 soundtracks by Masato Nakamura. He was from a K-pop band, a J-pop band called Dreams Come True, weirdly. And Sonic 3 had contributions by Michael Jackson, which were then swept under the rug when the bad things came out. You'll have a gear change in a minute. We're going to go for some Doom. A few interesting versions of Doom tracks. Because I'm a big fan of the Doom soundtracks. You got the original ones by Bobby Prince, but then obviously Mick Gordon's come in with the new stuff, which is fucking great as well. Did I turn the wrong dial up? Someone's saying they can't hear me. That would be fucking typical. Yeah, you can. No. Okay. There we go. So, yeah, I'm just drawing some abstract shit in Paint, which is a thing that I quite like to do. So I'm just doing some abstract Paint stuff. I did, Brian, I put some Street Fighter 2 in. I put Guile's theme. But then a certain someone announced a documentary this week, and I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. Didn't really seem like it was a good idea. So there you go. Hi, Ryan. How you doing? Got Sean. We got TA. We got Steve Allen. I'm just going to put the little YouTube counter on. Give me a sec here. Here we go. Get that on there so we know. Okay, 27 people. Hi, welcome to the weird unplanned thing. I'm going to put that in my little window there. Put that in my little window there. So yeah, I'm going to go and crack on with some Doom. Yeah, I'm doing good, Ryan. Thank you. I'm going to crack on with some Doom. So what I've got lined up for Doom, I found a channel recently called Blast Processed, which is a reference to Sega's marketing shit from the 90s, where they just made up some crap to make you buy Mega Drives. And they are doing kind of Mega Drive synth style versions of things. And we've got lots of Mega Drive tracks coming up. We've just had 2 versions, essentially. So this is The Only Thing They Fear Is You from the Doom Eternal soundtrack in the Blast Processed version. So enjoy this. It should knock the cobwebs off a bit. Right then. So that you have, like I said before the track, Blast Processed. The only thing they fear is you remix of Mick Gordon from Doom Eternal. Second one was the 3DO, the Panasonic 3DO version of E1M1 from Doom, which has kind of an interesting story because you've got the original track by Bobby Prince, and that was across, you know, all versions. There were different covers. Mick Gordon did a version of that, but the guy who made the 3DO version basically bullshitted his way into the rights to convert it, did a very bad job and outsourced it to some poor bastard. And his name was Randy Scott, who was the kind of CEO of the company that done that dodgy deal. Him and his mates just happened to have a band, and they went away and recorded possibly the best versions of the Doom 1 music, including that version of E1M1, which I sort of love way too much and sort of, chuck on all the time. It's fucking brilliant. I wish it was longer. It's only like 2 minutes long. Steve Allen has referenced, there has been talk of My Name is Richard Jackson and I'm a Mighty Pirate talking about Monkey Island. I've got some Monkey Island tracks coming up. When we go a bit chill, we'll have a bit of Monkey Island. I hope you like my abstract arrows thing. I like it. I think I'm going to move on to something else now. We'll save that. I do this when I'm at temp jobs. I sit and play on MS Paint. It's fucking Braille skills, mate. Absolutely love it. Love a bit of MS Paint. We just had a weird thing there when we were playing the tunes. The numbers I got a little graph on the inside of the streaming console and YouTube, and the fucking numbers were going up and down like crazy. It is a mixed bag. So coming up, we got a few different things. I want to play some Ben Daglish next. Deathwish 3. I tweeted this the other day. it's just an amazing piece of electronic music. So our next twofer is going to be Death Wish 3 by Ben Daglish and Alien Storm, Cybernate Q. That track, very early era Mega Drive music, and the Mega Drive chip, which is the Yamaha 2612, the OPM FM chip. And I know I'm probably getting a lot wrong tonight. That versus the SNES setup, it just made the SNES one supposedly technically superior. The Mega Drive tracks just sound so dirty. They've got this really nasty kind of sound to them. Also, but Ben Daglish passed away about 2 years ago. Amazing composer of video game music throughout the kind of British micro era. And I was very pleased a couple of years ago because one of my fave drum and bass DJs is High Contrast, and he released a tune called Spectrum Analyzer that didn't really do very well as far as I can tell. No one seemed to give a shit. I heard him drop it at Brixton once, and I was just like, yes, because it's based around the hook from Death Wish 3. And it's one of those things that's kind of like, am I the only one who's getting this? And the video to Spectrum Analyzer is great, by the way. I would play Spectrum Analyzer, but I would immediately get a kind of copyright hit, and I don't want to do that. Because, that'd suck, wouldn't it? So let's put on some Ben Daglish, and let's have a little bit of Death Wish 3, followed by Alien Storm, Cybernate Q. This is utter filth. Sorry, I was I was rather involved in my John Deathwish picture there. I'm sorry. I'll get back to that in a minute. I got his fringe wrong. I got to do his fringe again, and I imagine Bronson having a way bigger moustache, but he's actually got kind of like that slightly kind of spiv moustache, you know. So that ain't right, is it? That ain't right. News. Yeah, so that's just a really dirty version of, well, I just think the Mega Drive chip just sounded so dirty, and that it's those kind of low frequency sounds, you know, those kind of slightly farty, squelchy noises that just worked for that system so well. So what I've lined up, I played the Streets of Rage soundtrack on the front of our streams at the moment because my so-called royalty-free music keeps getting false claims. Not my music, I didn't make it. So instead of just playing the vanilla versions, I'm playing the remixes from the Streets of Rage 5 remake. Oh, Kirk Coffee Man brings up Toe Jam and L. No, Kirk, there's no Toe Jam and L, but I will put that on the list for future ones if I bother to do this again. It's just a bit of fun. It's just a bit of fun. I would like to do it again. Because Toe Jam and L is funky AF. So what I've got lined up now, a bit of Streets of Rage. I'm going to keep on with Bronson and his weird Lego hair. You should look at his hair. It goes right over his Lego hair, 1970s Lego hair. So you know, I'll get Bronson right. Don't worry. So what I got, Streets of Rage 2. Streets of Rage 2 is like just. Like, the Streets of Rage 2 soundtrack is a legitimately brilliant album of electronic music. Like, listen to beginning to end. It's fucking amazing. Ivan just bought the... Data Discs have released the vinyl version. So Ivan just bought the vinyl version with some remixes and stuff on it. I mean, it's just like an amazing album. I mean, there are some really obvious rip-offs in there as well. It's mostly by Yuzo Koshiro. And with Motohiro Kawashima. And they were really into kind of club music at the time. So that soundtrack's full of like jungle breaks and kind of house pianos and stuff like that and hip hop breaks. It's fucking cool. And he was trying to use the Mega Drive chip to recreate the Roland TR-808 and the TB-303 on an FM chip, and it's just this really unique sound. Sorry, that was my WhatsApp going off. It's a really unique sound, and I just think Streets of Rage 1 had an okay soundtrack. It's good. It's really good. Streets of Rage 3, he went a bit mental, and he got a bit experimental, but 2 is just amazing. So because I play 2 a lot, I've just gone in with the remixes from the unofficial fan remake, which is an amazing game if you can get hold of it, version 5 by Bomber Games. So we're going to chuck some of that on and listen to that whilst I try and get Bronson right. So first track we got Ready Funk, and then followed by Dreamer. Enjoy. Whoops a daisy. Had a little preview of the next track there. That was naughty. So there you go. A little bit of Yuzo Koshiro remix by the guys at Bomber Games. Not exactly sure who did that. I feel bad for not crediting them properly because I'm kind of going out my way to make sure people get their credit on this. I did pull together... I'm not going to say this stream was impromptu. I've been thinking about it, and I sat down yesterday and kind of did it. And then I was going to do it yesterday as a surprise, but then Boris Johnson addressed the nation, and I thought I better not do that. But then it was such a fucking wet fart of an announcement by him that I don't think it would have bothered anyone anyway if I had done my random video game streams. There you go. Little bit of Streets of Rage there. Good to see you all. I see Worms has made it into the chat. Hello, Nicky. How you doing, my man? Also, obviously, guys, we're still going to be coming on tomorrow with, it looks like Deep Blue Sea. I need to check. I've been busy. I found out today, I had an issue last night, and I found out today my videography website for my work has been down for a month. I didn't know. And then my email went down this morning, which is catastrophic because that's how I make my money. And there's a pandemic on, as you may have noticed. So I had to deal with that today. So I spent my whole day rebuilding my website, which was a fucking nightmare. But it had to be done eventually. So I'm glad we got there, you know. So there you go. So I said someone referenced Shinobi earlier. I do have a track from Shinobi 1 coming up in a bit. We're in a bit of a kind of beat 'em up zone at the moment, and that has its own sort of energy, you know. So we're going to play a few more beat 'em up tunes, then a little bit of Matt Furniss, the legendary Matt Furniss, and then we're going to chill it down a little bit for a few tracks, have a bit more relaxed. And then I've dug up some sort of gaming hip hop for you as well. So that's pretty fun, isn't it? That's pretty good. Also, I reckon my John Deathwish is looking quite good. It's Paul Kersey, isn't it? Is it Paul Kersey? I reckon John Deathwish is looking a lot better since I've revised him. I might try and make some. Maybe I'm going for a John Deathwish kind of piece for the stream. Maybe we'll come at the other side of the stream with a John Deathwish picture. So let's see. So coming up, we have. Let me check my playlist because I have basically forgotten. Tekken. So we've got Tekken 1, the Chicago theme. By Yoshie Arakawa, composer of Smash Brothers Brawl and Star Fox Assault. This is a banger. I fucking love this one. It's full of those little cheeky stabs and synths and stuff in it. Kind of from the CD era of music, you know, when we're coming over from chips and cartridges. Followed by the main theme from Maximum Carnage. Maximum Carnage was a Spider-Man game for the Mega Drive and SNES. I normally prefer the Mega Drive version of things, as I said, but for Maximum Carnage, weirdly, considering it's essentially music by a rock band, it sounds better on the SNES for some reason. So I got the main theme there. So Green Jelly, and one of these tracks appears on their album 333. They composed like a kind of rock soundtrack, and then it was sequenced into console games, which is kind of neat. So we'll get a bit of Tekken first. Have a little bit of Tekken. I'm going to carry on drawing John Deathwish. And we'll see how we get on. So... there we go. TA wants me to rig the poll in case Deep Blue Sea wins. Just so you know, I think last time I checked it was Deep Blue Sea. I'll have a wee look when the tunes are playing. So here we go. This is the Chicago theme from Tekken. just going to go straight in with Alien 3. Sorry, wrong knob. I turned the wrong knob. I'm just going to go straight in with Alien 3, and I'll come back after, because it's not very long, and then we're going to go in for a little kind of suite of chilled out tracks. So here you go, here's Alien 3, Stage 2 by Matt Furniss. Banger. I'm laying off Alien 3 because I've used it for intros to streams like a bunch recently. Great soundtrack. I did find Matt Furniss's SoundCloud where he's currently released remix versions of his own stuff. I got some more Furniss coming up later because he's one of my faves. He did Terminator on Mega Drive. Great soundtrack, you know. And also the T2 arcade game version on Mega Drive. Great soundtrack, you know. But not just yet. Dial it back a bit, chill out, you know. We've got a bit of Shinobi coming up. Shinobi on the arcade, the original theme tune. Same melody and stuff on the Master System version. I know that Revenge of Shinobi is really where it's at for that, and I've been talking up Mega Drive stuff, but I didn't want to over Mega Drive it, you know. So, a bit of that, and then after that, because we're chilling out a little bit before we get into the hip hop area, we've got FlashBack. I did find the composer for FlashBack. Where has that gone? Shit. Anyway, some French people. FlashBack, also known as FlashBack: The Quest for Identity, was on many different consoles. This is the Mega Drive version, I believe. He said, having not went to over Mega Drive stuff, but I do just think FlashBack is the best. It's best on Mega Drive. So we've got 3 tunes coming up, a little bit of Sega back in your box, and I'm going to keep drawing John Deathwish because I think it's going swimmingly well. I think I've got a John Deathwish kind of. This might even get a background. I don't know. It's pretty exciting. It's exciting times. So here we go. We're going to crack on with a little bit of Shinobi, followed by 2 tracks from FlashBack. So title theme from Shinobi, title theme from FlashBack, and then Conrad's Memories, track 5 from the FlashBack soundtrack. Whoops-a-daisy, nearly blew the lid off the next track. I've told you what it is already. So I put the names of the composers in there. My bad. So Jean Baudelaire, Raphael Gascoigne, Fabrice Vessero. Definitely got those all wrong. FlashBack, of course, part of the sort of short-lived but brilliant cinematic platformer genre. By Delphine Software, same developers as Another World, though different team. Very similar approach to the games. They both use a kind of version of rotoscoping. Excuse me a minute. I've only knocked my fucking power supply out my laptop and it's about to turn off. That would have been deeply awkward. FlashBack, of course, enjoyed a shit remake a few years ago. We don't talk about that. But really great. It's got great kind of like really spooky themes and some quite sort of housey moments in it as well, I think, and some sort of slightly piano-styled melodies and things in it. I mean, it's really, really great soundtrack with annoyingly short tunes. Like Stevie Wonder, like all of Stevie Wonder's music. It doesn't sound like Stevie Wonder's music. It's annoyingly short, like Stevie Wonder's music. So there you go. Cracking with John Deathwish. She's not a knife cream man, you bastards. Also, using the fucking emoji. I had to use emojis because I didn't want you to think I was being serious, like in the chat. And emojis on YouTube. What a pain in the dick. Fuck me. Anyway. So, bit of Monkey Island next. Monkey Island, of course, by the legendary LucasArts, the video game wing of George Lucas's company, Lucasfilm, of course, had this amazing hot streak of point-and-click games in the 90s and 80s. Monkey Island being one of the biggest of all. This is the Amiga version of the Monkey Island soundtrack, and I've gone for two flavours here. Just to keep things interesting. So there was a very good, in my opinion, remaster of Monkey 1 and 2 in 2009. Really great versions. And if you don't like the remastered versions, just press Y and they turn into the vanilla versions, which is great. Beautiful soundtrack, in my view. Originally by Michael Land and Patrick Lundy, I want to say, were the original composers for the Monkey Island games, or at least the first two. and they reorchestrated versions for the remaster. So with I think actually live recordings with an orchestra, unless I'm mistaken, and those were put together by Jesse Harlin and Wilbert Roget. The Melee Forest theme from Melee Island, beautiful piece of music. I've gone for the remake version just to keep it a bit more interesting, and then the OG version of the Monkey Island theme, which is a really lovely piece of music. It was kind of quite interesting, at the time, quite an interesting approach because they used kind of Caribbean themes in it, though it's not really a Caribbean sound massively, but it uses it well enough, and it's got kind of steel drum sounds in it, in its arrangements. So we're going to go for that. We're still chilling out, and then after that we're coming back with some video game hip hop, and I'm hoping at least one of them might be a surprising choice. I don't know, but here we go. Short but sweet, that one. Great tune. Really beautiful tune. It's one that that's the one to whistle and piss your neighbours off with. I assume he's still here. Big shout outs to Dan Ford in the chat talking about his Amiga 500 days. Dan Ford was one of our cyclists on Sunday. So Dan's one of my mates, and he was one of the team making money for Rachel on Sunday. So please give Dan your best. It does really put me in the mind of Rachel a little bit, because when, I don't claim to know her particularly well or anything. She used to come and chat, and the main time we interacted was on the gaming streams, and she seemed to be sort of into her older games and stuff like that. And I think she talked about the Amiga sometimes. So shame she can't be here. She would have liked this, I think. But hey ho, we remember her. So there you go. But hey, what we got next? Let's have a look. So, I'm quite proud of myself in a way. I kind of thought, right, let's have a gear change. We're going to do a gear change into kind of some hip hop stuff. And I think they're kind of obvious. But you know, I'm happy with myself. Not a lot more to say, really. So I'm just going to get into it with my tunes, which I think you're going to recognise. And we'll talk a little bit about them afterwards because they are great. So, Kick, Punch, It's All in the Mind.
Kick, punch, it's all in the mind. If you wanna test me, I'm sure you'll find the things I'll teach ya. Sure to beat ya. Nevertheless, you'll get a lesson from teacher. Now kick,
Kick,
punch,
punch,
jump,
tap,
block.
block,
Once more now, kick,
kick,
punch,
punch,
jump,
tap,
and block.
block,
Don't get cocky, it's gonna get rocky. We're gonna move down to the next jockey. Now duck,
duck,
jump,
jump,
turn,
turn,
pause. Listen carefully, jump,
jump,
pause,
pause,
duck,
duck,
and turn.
turn,
Yeah, I see you're getting better. Kick to the limit in order to get her now. Kick, punch,
kick, punch,
chop, block,
tap, block,
chop, kick,
tap, kick,
punch, block.
punch, block,
Gonna get harder now. Duck and jump,
duck, jump,
turn and pause.
turn, pose,
Duck and turn,
duck, turn,
jump and pause.
jump, pose,
Come on now, why don't you follow my words? Because we're almost done. I'll make it easier first. I wanna see if you wanna see what it means to be the man with a master plan. Are you the man now? Here we go now. Kick, punch, block.
kick, punch, block,
Chop, kick, block.
tap, kick, block,
Block, duck, and kick it.
block, turn, kick,
Block, duck, punch.
block, duck, punch,
Duck, duck, turn.
duck, duck, turn,
Jump, kick, chop.
jump, kick, jump,
And punch, punch, punch.
punch, punch, punch,
That's it for today. Good job, Parappa. You can go on to the next stage now.
Yahoo! All right.
Good shot, kid. I think you got him. Good shot, kid. I think you got him.
Downtown, speeding all around. The Nicky 47 got the power and it's bound to move any mother that gets in my way. Just another power machine on the freeway. Riding with me, there's my MC homeboy. Knowing the rules ain't part of his program. Finding the right way around this map might be pretty hard cause he's fucked on crack. G, Grand Theft Auto. You gotta make a mark and move where you want to. T, that determination to steal what you can and run from the nation. Hey, hey, what do you say? We automate a secret to speed from our getaway. Take it to the edge, there's nowhere to hide. And call up the boy, let's go for the joyride. Let's go for a joyride. Stop the violence from the police is what my dad used to say. But now he's deceased, he got caught in a jam. Threw in the can with the cops who up and said he'd kill another man. Cheat knowledge was my main game. To figure out the law, to figure out the frame. Just when I thought I knew justice, a cop on me said, you just been busted. NYP, LA, Don't fuck with me.
Right then, theme from GTA 1, title menu theme actually from GTA 1, which is quite an interesting one because I looked into this. And also, by the way, hello Wing Chun Exchange, not a stream without you, my friends, so good to have you. This tune, so what I think is often forgotten about, and I realised that Rockstar are a huge number of developers of the GTA series and Red Dead. They're absolutely huge. But, you know, they began, and their central kind of base of operations is in Scotland. They're Scottish. And they worked. They used to be called DMA Design, and I think the first two GTAs, or at least the first GTA, was done under the auspices of DMA Design, as was Lemmings, and we're going to get to Lemmings later. Don't you worry. But this track, kind of fake gangster rap track, and I was kind of like, it's been stuck in my head for like 20 years, and I can't shake the fucking thing. And you know, I think about it all the time. So that's got to go in there. And I thought, well, motherfucker, like, what is that? So that was orchestrated by Craig Connor. And he had a friend at Dundee University called Johnny Wilson. And this is a fake gangster rap band called Dashutaz, in that way people used to spell things. And Johnny Wilson came on and did the rap, who is like, as far as I know, Scottish, is a kind of Scottish guy that was at Dundee University. I could be wrong, please correct me if I am. They knocked together this very effective kind of fake rap. It tries a bit too hard in places, like, because he's fucked on crack. But it's actually a lot better, you know, as a fan of rap and hip-hop, it's a lot better than a number of tracks from that era I could name. But, just some interesting Scottish facts there about the GTA theme, one that is just absolutely, that beat is kind of spinning in my head. Steve, I'm actually, do you know what? I am using a mouse, but I've just been sat using the touchpad all that track because I'm like a fucking idiot. I've got a mouse here, for fuck's sake. I reckon John Deathwish is looking all right. I'm quite happy, actually. I'm pretty chuffed with myself for that. Guns don't kill people, rappers do. I've seen it in a documentary on BBC Two. Shot to death outside Hypervalue. Guns blazing like Michael Caine in Zulu. Anyway, so I talked a few times tonight about Matt Furniss. He is a very reputed composer of the 16-bit era, and he was very good at doing film tie-ins. So we've already had a bit of his Alien theme. He kind of double dipped. I think he did Cool Spot as well, and a few kind of other tie-ins. I did the SNES version of Smash TV, I think. Beautiful sound to his music. I really love his music, and again, I think particularly that, you know, it's a really good use of the Mega Drive chip. Like, it's such great. I think him and Yuzo Koshiro really knew how to make the YM2612 like go. So we're going to play some more of him, and these are two tie-in tracks to the Terminator games. So he did do versions of the themes, and those are great. But the original music, the original compositions, the original kind of melodies and rhythms and stuff, they're so cool. So this is we're going to start with the first level of Terminator, the Terminator on Mega Drive, game by Pro, published by Virgin Interactive, called Holocaust. So it's set in the nuclear war, the first level. And then we've got T2, the arcade game. After that, the Mega Drive version. Which level? Is it Mission 1? I think it's Mission 1. I've used the T2 arcade game OST on streams before. So we're just going to go and do that. These are two of my most banging tracks on it, I reckon. So we'll go on with that. So here we go. This is Matt Furniss, The Terminator and Holocaust. Okay. Very nearly slid into the next track there. I think John Deathwish is coming along quite well, eh? He's got some sort of Super Mario vibes. It's kind of inevitable when you do pixel art, I guess. Not a lot of colour, though. I really got to, I got up the game, man, in terms of colour. It's not the most colourful John Deathwish anybody's ever seen. But we'll get there. I think a nice background's going to come. I might have to just erase where it says John Deathwish and put something else in just to sort of mix it up a bit. Let's just have a quick look at the chat here. Leonard Leone Films. Good evening, Richard. Joining late, hoping to say hi and see what the crack is. Hello, mate. I'm just doing a vibey video game music stream that nobody asked for. That's my plan, but people seem to be enjoying it, so that's good. Also meant to say, by the way, Dan Ford of bicycle riding fame, also the person who picked me up from Brighton Hospital and took me home when I broke my leg. There you go. There's some history. There's some history for you. So let me see what we got up next. I did say so. Yeah, this is kind of an interesting one. So, and I think a lot of you probably know it. At least certain people, people of a certain provenance, by which I mean us old cunts. The RoboCop theme for Game Boy. Now, RoboCop, the games published by Ocean for RoboCop were immensely popular in Britain when they came out. The Spectrum game, I believe, the Spectrum version stayed in the game charts for years because of budget releases. There was a Game Boy version. The Game Boy has a very unsophisticated sound chip, and getting that chip to sing really takes something. So this was used in an Ariston advert, and Ariston for some reason. It's by Jonathan Dunn. Charlie Brooker used it on Desert Island Discs, and it was the first ever video game music supposedly to go on Desert Island Discs. It's this weirdly kind of haunting, it's a lovely sort of haunting piece of music. I still really love it. I remember recording it on I had like a Talkboy, like a Home Alone 2 tie-in Talkboy. Probably worth a few quid if I hadn't painted it black with a marker pen and covered it in Judge Dredd stickers, but never mind. And I used that to record off the Game Boy, and I used to just sit and listen to it. So it's on the on the menu screen on the Game Boy. I just recorded it. Phil Robb, it's his ringtone. So there you go. Yeah, great piece of music. So it was used by Chef Boyardee in a video called Dilbert 3. In a kind of synthwave version, which is also a very nice version. And that was sampled by a rapper called Lil B in a track called In Down Bad, which I did not know about until yesterday, and I listened to it. And it's fucking dreadful. It's an awful track, and the kid can't rap to save his fucking life. It's absolutely dismal. So we're going in with the OG version by Jonathan Dunn from the Game Boy. It's quite a long track. It's about 5 minutes. So I'm just going to let it roll. And then we got a little bit of kind of dance music stuff, and then we're going to chill out for a handful of tracks. Then we're done for the evening. I didn't really know how long this was going to take, but I think it's meeting my expectations in terms of how long it's taking. So here we go. Jonathan Dunn, RoboCop on the Game Boy. It's a genuinely beautiful piece of music. I was absolutely vibing there for a minute when I was drawing there. Lovely, beautiful piece of music. I really, really love it. If anyone's interested in my ongoing picture of John Deathwish, the Technico music at the moment is called dithering. So that's when you checkerboard 2 different colours to create the illusion of a third colour. And I think it's really making him come to life, actually. I'm very happy. I'm not sure I could fit this into any kind of hardware in particular in terms of retro stuff, but I'm happy with John. So there you go. Hattie has just mentioned Speedball, which is interesting, Hattie, because I've got some Bitmap Brothers lined up. Not Speedball, but close. Very close, in fact. So we have Bomb the Bass, Xenon 2 Bomb the Bass, which is a tune which is it's a funny one, this. It's based on a real tune which samples Precinct 13. And when I was a kid, I remember this, and I always loved the hook. Mega Blast by Bomb the Bass. So there was a single called Mega Blast by Bomb the Bass, and they used it for Xenon 2 Mega Blast, the Bitmap Brothers. And it basically was a real hip-hop, like a real pop single, essentially, that David Whittaker took and sequenced, and it's known for its accuracy to the release version. The melody is from John Carpenter's Precinct 13, as you'll hear. It's more obvious in the released single than it is in this version. This is just a cool tune. And when I was a kid, I used to love this. I used to listen to this over and over and over and over wherever I could. And I think this might be one of the ones I taped from the title screen to listen to. And then when I was a teenager, I watched Assault on Precinct 13. I was kind of like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Because, I kind of then pieced together what had happened. There's another tune, big fan of the Stanton Warriors, as I know Dan is as well, big fan of the Stants, and they have a tune called Get Up, which is sampled from John Carpenter's Precinct 13. Great tune, bit of dance music coming up. We'll go straight in. Let me just check the duration on this one and see if it's worth playing 2 tracks back to back. Yeah, do you know what? This is quite a long one, relatively. It's 4 minutes, so I'm going to let this roll and then we'll come back in. I'm going to carry on with John Deathwish, get a bit more dithering in, so we get more depth into Paul Kersey. I can't do it. Ivan does it good. Bronson, I don't. So here you go. Xenon 2, Bomb the Bass, Mega Blast. you go. There you go. It's done on 2 Mega Blast on the bass. Great tune. Great tune. I love that one. It's got a bit of a different vibe from the old Robocop. Probably would have fitted in better with Parappa the Rapper and GTA. By the way, I want to go back to Parappa the Rapper because I did forget to say Masaya Matsuura collaborated with Rodney Greenblatt and Ria Watabe on that. Ria Watabe was a Japanese rapper, and Rodney Greenblatt had created some of the characters that were used in Parappa the Rapper, and they collaborated on that soundtrack. Great soundtrack. Kick Punch, It's All in the Mind. If you want to teach me, I'm sure you're fine. I fucking that earworm forever. So I think we're just going to skip straight on and not fuck about because I've got one thing. Yes, I thought I'd turned off the super chat / subscription thing, and yet it still played, and we had an Alan Partridge sample right in the middle of the song, which I think makes it an unofficial Val Verde remix. I don't know what you think. From Kirk. Oh, Kirk gave £5. Thank you very much, Kirk, and I love your hype graphic. That's fucking awesome. So, here's the thing. Here's the crossover, guys. As some of you probably remember, there is a Judge Dredd game called Judge Dredd: Dredd vs. Death, made by Rebellion from 2003, I want to say. It's not very good. I'm not going to lie. It's not very good. But it's got a pretty decent soundtrack. It's not bad. And I remember on the Block War level, in the kind of arcade mode, there's a drum and bass track. I'm kind of like, oh, Richard, you tedious fuck. You can smash together Judge Dredd, drum and bass, and video games and bring it all together. So I got a cheeky little drum and bass track from Dredd vs. Death by Thomas Bible. Thomas Bible also composed the sound to the Rogue Trooper OST, which is the other 2000 AD tie-in game, of course, from Rebellion, who owned 2000 AD. Sniper Elite as well. And it seems Thomas Bible worked on the Monkey Island special editions, having looked at his website yesterday. So that's quite a nice little tie-up. But yeah, nice little bit of dutty drum and bass, mate, which I didn't think I'd get to do. I'll probably never get to do again. I wanted to use Destination Unknown by Vince Pope from the GameCube ad campaign for this stream, but it'll probably get claimed, and that sucks because I really, I really want to do that. Steve Allen's talking about, did you ever find it mental that Nemesis the Warlock got a game before Dredd? Yeah, music by Rob Hubbard, I believe, for the Nemesis the Warlock game, which was on Spectrum and C64, I think. So, here we go. A little bit of Judge Dredd, drum and bass, bit of crossover. Why not? Why not? And then after that, we're down to our last 3 tracks, which I'm going to play back to back with a little bit of chat. And hopefully we can get old Paul Kersey here looking a bit more complete, because I'd like to finish him. I think what I'll probably do, it'd be quite nice. I've enjoyed this, and I've got a bunch of tracks that didn't make the cut, and I've heard a lot of suggestions in the chat, so I could do another one. And then I can finish Paul. Maybe Paul will be our project. He'll be our stream project. And I've got people, Floyd Dillon says, Richard, you forgot to detail the barrel. A barrel. Okay, here we go. This is just called, unimaginatively, Judge Dredd, Dredd vs. Death, Drum and Bass 2. Here we go. Whoops. Gear change. I didn't stop that in time. I really wanted to bounce to that, but I was trying to do my Paul Kersey illustration, so I couldn't. It was very conflicting. Okay, so here we go. Big tune, love it. It was fucking roller, mate. What a little banger. It's great. There are 2 drum and bass tracks on that soundtrack, so perhaps if we come back and do another one of these, and I have made the overlay, so I might as well. We'll play drum and bass 1. Yes, there was a very jarring transition into the next of the last 3 tracks that are all from Lemmings. It's a very jarring transition. I've tried to make this selection flow, and I hoped to stop that track in time and have a nice wind down and a chat before we drop into the Lemmings. But we went in. Ryan Swayze 88 says, if it beats, we can kill it. Nice. Very good. So here we go. 3 tracks from the Lemmings soundtrack. Lemmings, of course, as you may or may not know, made by DMA Design, who later became Rockstar of GTA fame. Really beautiful soundtrack. The majority of them are cut and pastes of public domain songs. So I think it's like, the Can, how much is that? Dog in the Window, Cannon, stuff like that. But there are 3 tracks in there by Tim Wright, called Tim 1, 2, and 3. So there are a couple of composers involved in Lemmings, but since these tracks are called Tim, and I tried to look, since these tracks are called Tim, my understanding is that they're done by Tim Wright. That's what I believe. So 3 little tracks here. It's about 6 minutes of music. Really beautiful, sweet music. I mean, I was trying to think. I was thinking about it, and I was trying to sort of pass it, and I was sort of like not pass it like a kidney stone, just I was trying to kind of pass it, and it's kind of it's a music that just kind of oozes kindness, and Lemmings is about helping hapless creatures get home, right? And it's a little bit cruel because there's the deliberate killing of them and like making them blow up and the nuke and stuff, but it's about helping kind of little feckless creatures get home. And the music just comes off as very kind and it's very sweet, and I thought it was a nice way to end the show. So we'll have a little few tracks of Lemmings, and then we'll fuck off. So I should probably get some late stage dinner. My day's been a bit of a mess, what with the website drama. But hey. So I'll crack on with Paul. I think what I'm going to do, I'd like to come back and he's looking great. I'd like to come back and do another one of these streams. So I'm going to keep John Deathwish saved. So if we come back and do another video game music stream, we could just finish Paul up and give him a background. Maybe we can do another character with him. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, I'm probably going to chill out and draw and Paul a little bit because I'm just going to enjoy these tunes because they are beautiful tunes. So here we go. Tim 1, 2, and 3 from Lemmings is going to take us for about 8 or 9 minutes. Here we go.
FlashBack.
So let it run over again. Sorry, mic was off. Let it run over again. Pardon me. Really jarring end to the music there. Very sorry. 10 people left during the Lemmings music. You believe that? There was lovely music. You don't go during Lemmings, you monsters. How dare you? You don't come to a meal and just eat the ice cream. I think it's not a good analogy, but it is an analogy, and you can't really argue with that. That's just them's the straight facts. But there you go. Beautiful music, really lovely music. I always enjoyed the Lemmings themes when I was a kid. Going back to them, I listened to the soundtrack from the beginning and scrolled through, thinking what were the good tracks for that, and some of the kind of ones that are just cut and pastes of existing music, whilst very appreciatively made, are not that interesting. But the tracks, the suite of Tims, are beautiful, really lovely bits of music. So people start to come back in now the Lemmings music's finished. Speaks volumes, doesn't it? Well, this has been fun. This is a really nice, fun thing to do. I've had it kicking around my head for a while, and then I made it flesh because I thought, you know what, fuck it, let's do it. Really nice, fun thing to do. I'm not too, it's a nice little niche thing that you either like or you don't. And I hope if it's stuff already knew, it's stuff you like. If it's stuff you didn't know, you heard it for the first time and liked it. That would be really great. So yeah, thanks very much. I've got a lot of tunes didn't make the cut. I think I've got enough material to start putting together another one of these. I've enjoyed it, so I could perhaps do one next week or something. It was easy enough for me to do. It's been great having you all here. It's always fun to hang out, guys. Look, it's going to be a long winter. Okay, I don't want to bum you all out after that lovely Lemmings music, but it's going to be a long winter, so we're not going to go anywhere. We're going to be here to entertain you. Speaking of which, tomorrow night, Jaws has won the poll. Watch party for Jaws. It should be fun. I personally was gunning for Deep Blue Sea, deepest, bluest. My hat is like a shark's fin. And Jaws, as someone pointed out in the chat just now, Jaws just made a fucking comeback. I looked yesterday morning or afternoon, because I started the poll in the morning, I think, and I looked in the afternoon, and I was kind of like, motherfucker, look at that. That just, But, the Jaws commentaries on the last channel, on Ollie's channel, let's just say it, were very well regarded. So I think it should be fun. And it's a film with a lot to say about, a lot to talk about. Whether or not we'll just go completely off book, fuck knows. But there you go. So, look, Paul Kersey over there, John Deathwish, and my little lemming are looking quite good. So I'm going to put a pin in those guys, and we're going to come back to them next stream. I want to make that into I'm very happy with my shading and stuff on John Deathwish. So we'll come back and finish that. I quite like putting the tunes out and just having a little play. Though some of them I like too much, like dance, and then I can't focus on my pixel art. So there you go. So look, we're going to go. I'm going to cut away and we're going to end this. But it's been great. Thank you all so much for coming. 7 o'clock tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel, different bat show. Myself and Casey will be here talking about Jaws. We'll see you then. Anything you need, just drop us a message, And one more thing before I go, because I did see a message. I need to double. My microphone tried to escape. I need to double down on this. Hold on. Stephen Smith wrote to us saying that he's been unable to attend the streams and he'd like a shout out tomorrow night, which I'll put an alarm in my phone, so I'll shout out tomorrow night. But Stephen Smith, massive, huge, gigantic shout out to you, my man. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for following us. Thank you for doing Patreon. We love you, and I love you. I love you more than I love this shirt, and I love this shirt a lot. I mean, it's made out of stretchy material, so I can really get fat in it and everything. And I can reach above my head. It's fucking amazing. I love it more than that. So that's it. I'm off ski. See you later, guys. Take care of yourselves, and catch you tomorrow.